I just want to quickly um, share the points I listened the class in last week, and there we discussed the symptom of a sadhu. What are the symptoms of a sadhu and the qualities of a sadhu? So, in the verse from chapter 11 in the book of teachings of Lord Kapila, that seven qualities are given. Tolerant, merciful, friendly to everyone, has no enemies, peaceful, abide by the scriptures, and his character is sublime. So there are couple of points that I want to discuss with the in the with the translation or before we studied the purport that we discussed about Ajat Satru of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Another name is Ajat Satru, that his enemy is not born. So we discussed how it is possible because everybody wants to kill him, in the battlefield. So so we discussed the point that he didn't consider anyone of his enemy. He's although he's fighting the war, matter of his duty. So that's why his name is Ajat Satru. His enemy is not born. So, and another point we discussed that the non-violence, like Bhagavad Gita, there is no violence, non-violence in Bhagavad Gita. So um, in the about the qualities of sadhu is we have to take it like in a Kali Yuga, the dharma is sort of mixed up. So we have to realize Bhagavad Gita um, in order to follow the real dharma or the instructions. you know. So you don't require any certificate from people. That um, instead, Krishna, we are interested in Krishna, right? So Krishna is not interested in how much criticism you receive. That's Guru Maharaj quote is there as well. That Krishna is interested only how much sincerely we remember Krishna. So, so Swadharma or other kind of dharma, many dharmas are there, but Krishna says um, abandon all kinds of dharma and come into um, in the Krishna shelter of lotus feet of Krishna or follow his instructions. So there are a few points from purpose as well. Probably about tolerance. That sadhu is he gives his time, his money, his energy, and he tolerate people. We yes, we tolerate our family members, but in preaching he tolerates everyone. You know, because everyone comes with different modes, different um, background. So you have to tolerate different people. So tolerance is very big quality, but we shouldn't be mistaken as a weakness. Weakness is different. Tolerance is different. So he's very tolerant. And another big point that we discussed that we shouldn't be uh, mistaken that he's not liberated because but he's not satisfied by his own liberation. He's always thinking about others. So preaching, uh, like he's doing preaching. So for because on the behalf of his whole parampara and his guru. So we have to be very careful to deal with these preachers, these sincere devotees or sadhus, that because the whole parampara is behind them. So preaching, because preaching is very thankless task. So we are dealing with non-devotees with lower modes. So tolerance is required. You know, so we require mercy for our seniors when we do preaching. So we're doing preaching on behalf. And there are many other points. Probably I just want to share one more that that there is a lot of envious people in this age, and sadhu tolerates them. So many of us are very gullible. We respect and we take anyone, and he looks like he's sadhu. But the real definition is very clear here. who study scriptures and acting upon it. But you give nice example that if someone says that he doesn't study scriptures, and then how come he'll be a sadhu? He may be a good logician and may defeat others by his logic and call himself yogi and sadhu, but this doesn't mean that he is a sadhu. Because having many followers also doesn't mean that he's a sadhu. So the definition is very clear. So we we go with the what scripture says, and how his character, how he is he acting on according to scriptures or not. So that's another big point that I realized probably. So these are the few points. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Action speaks louder than words. That's correct. Yes, yes. Please, very good.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Wonderful Mataji. Thank you, Krishna Samarthan Krishna Prabhu. And thank you, His Grace Sanjay Prabhuji, for sharing the points from last class. So the few points that I remember from last discussion was that, like Sanjay Prabhuji mentioned, that 7 qualities of Sadhu. It is tolerant, merciful, friendly to all living entities. He has no enemies. He is peaceful. He abides by scriptures, and all his characteristics are sublime. And we discussed that when we surrender, then the real knowledge comes. We discuss about how when Arjuna surrendered, then Krishna started giving him instruction and took the position of spiritual master. And there cannot be Vad and Vivad once we accept the Guru. After surrendering, we cannot have Vad and Vivad. We were discussing that. And Bhagavad Gita was not about non-violence. Bhagavad Gita does not teach non-violence. And if Bhagavad Gita was about non-violence, then Arjuna would have won his argument against Krishna, because that what he was saying to Krishna, that I should not fight, I should go away and take sannyas. And so Krishna actually chastised him. We discussed last time. And we were also talking about preaching, that the preacher is, we should not think that the person who is preaching is not liberated. And the preacher is also very, he's what he tolerates things. And to tolerate things, we need the blessings of our seniors. We discussed this. And the last point that I remember is that attached person is a weak person. So these are some of the points I remember from the last one. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Ambrish Prabhu, Puna Pragya Mataji, and Krishna Samarpan Krishnadas Prabhu for arranging these classes and giving us the opportunity to share our realizations. Thank you so much, Pradyum Prabhu and Sanjeev Prabhu and other devotees for sharing the realizations. Some of the points that I remember, apart from the points that are mentioned being that have been mentioned by Sanjeev Prabhu already and Pradyum Prabhu. Firstly, that Bhagavad Gita starts from the point of Krishna assuming the position of the spiritual master, and then firstly chastising Arjun for pretending to be like a pandit but having no real knowledge. This is the verse that was quoted, that uh, basically the first job is to criticize and uh, to chastise, and that's the point of knowledge. That's the point from where the knowledge sharing begins. And we were discussing this etiquette of taking this seriously, and this point that we just say sorry and we go away, but that's not how the etiquette is. We have to take it seriously. We beg for forgiveness. That's the meaning of being sorry. And we discussed the meaning of having no enemies for a devotee. It means that no enemies born means no enemies born in one's mind. So, because when one does the right thing, they have a lot of enemies by default. But no enemies are born in one's mind, which is Ajat Shatru means that no enemies born. So, but no enemies born in one's mind. And yeah, so we discussed the meaning of mercy, a sadhu's mercy. that Sadhu's mercy is that he enlightens people in devotional service. He gives his time, energy, money, and everything, and he tolerates everyone. It's easy to still tolerate your family members, but a sadhu tolerates everyone else outside of that. And this does not imply weakness. And how Srila Prabhupada is the real sadhu, because he had this undying urge to liberate the whole world. And that's why everyone, all of us are following him through the disciplic succession. We discussed how preaching is a thankless job. And this point really, I thought a lot about this point, that about judgment, that we think that we should not be judged for any activity, and but we judge everyone. We judge the people who are preaching us, that whether or not we should listen. But had we been judged by them, it would not have been easy for us to make the progress that we've made. So judgment is, of course, it's important to judge very carefully who you're listening to and who you're following. But it goes both ways. But we don't expect to be judged, but we judge everyone, especially in the line of devotional service. And um, we discussed that if we have the freedom to do whatever we want, then our leaders, our preachers also have the freedom to do whatever we want. So it's not that we should take it for granted. Uh, we also discussed that about parampara, that because as soon as long as we are following the instructions given to us sincerely and without any insubordination, we are a part of the parampara. But as soon as the insubordination is there, uh, we go out of the parampara, we go out of the shelter, and we can feel it, that and that the mercy goes away. So as long as we are, no formal initiation is needed, and we discussed the symptoms of a sadhu. This Ambrish Prabhu said that the most important symptom of a sadhu is that the plate is full, but he's not eating. So it's not that he's attached. He's very much detached to the to everything, because the bhakti does not depend on the number of followers. It only depends on you. You are the only person who can take you back to Godhead. Of course, with the mercy of your seniors. Um, I think that's all, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna to all of you. Yes, yes. Please continue. Wonderful.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Amrish Prabhuji. Thank you, Purna Prajan Devi, Asimachadi, and Krishna Marpan Krishna Prabhu for arranging the classes. And thank you all the devotees for their nice realization. Almost all points are covered that I have made the notes, but there are few points like that I would like to tell. One is in the class you told that uh, like how enemies were there. Maharaj Yudhishthir was there, thousands of people were in front of them. And we said his enemies were not born, but they were in front of him, but they were not born in his mind. In his mind, they were not enemies. So that the point I like. And second is Krishna is surrender by his vows to give protection to anyone who surrenders unto him. Like Lord Ram told Vibhishan that if Ravan surrenders now, I will not kill him. I will give him protection because he is bound by that vow. And one is after reading, you told that we do not require certification of people to be a sadhu or to be a preacher, good preacher. We are like Krishna is only interested in only and only how much devotees are sincerely trying to understand Krishna. We do not require any great certification or any great like commentary by anyone. Wow, he's such a good devotee. He's such a nice one. So we don't require all these things. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Amrish Prabhuji. Thank you, Sarvasiddhi Devi Dasi Mataji. Thank you, Krishna Samarpan Krishna Prabhuji, for arranging these classes. And thank you all the devotees for sharing their wonderful realization. So, what I realized from last class was uh, how sadhu, we learned about the symptoms of sadhu, that sadhu is tolerant, he's merciful, he's peaceful, and he abides according to scriptures. Apart from that, uh, we understood that how the teachings in Bhagavad Gita begin when Arjuna took place of a student and he assumed Krishna as his spiritual master. So in that case, one will get knowledge only if he surrenders unto the spiritual master. And before that also, the giver of knowledge should be ready. He should assume that now he's ready to get the knowledge. That's very important. And apart from that, we also understand that meaning of sorry, maafi. Sorry is not just said like sorry, I have done this. It should be begged. Maafi mangni padti hai. It's very important. A very sincere preacher. We should not mess with these personalities. We should not mess with sadhus, the pure devotees of Krishna. And sadhu is karunika. Great. He gives great mercy to fallen soul. That is one of the most symptoms of sadhu. As preacher, you are dealing with conditioned soul. So that should be understood. A sadhu understands that. That's why he's very tolerant with everyone. He sees a Brahman and a dog as soul, not he distinguish between bodies. And apart from that, Krishna conscious knowledge is infinite. We cannot, think that now I have learned everything. Now I know everything. I don't need any initiation or I don't need any master to teach me because Krishna consciousness is infinite. And a attached man is a weak man. Attachment with material world, attachment with anything makes you weak apart from attachment with devotees. Attachment with devotees and attachment with sadhu will give you more knowledge about Krishna consciousness. That is perfect attachment. Our liberation depends on our mentor, but our mentor's liberation don't depend on us. That is to be understood. While we keep judging our mentors, and no one is as friendly as Sadhu. We think that this is our friend, that is our friend, but what friend means is he thinks or he's with us or he wants to give us something which is very important in our life without कि इससे मुझे क्या मिलेगा. That what sadhu do. Sadhus give us the most perfect gift, that is Krishna consciousness. That is giving us Krishna, knowledge of Krishna. So he's the most friendly person, and he should be our best friend. Thank you. This is what I realized. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Amish Prabhuji. Thank you, Purna Puja Mataji. Thank you, Krishna Sarpan Krishna Prabhuji, for arranging this class. Thank you, devotees, for your nice realization. Prabhuji, I have also noted some of the pointers from last week class. And we started from discussing as Bhagavad Gita starts from chapter 2, verse 7, that when Arjuna surrenders to Krishna. And then we discussed about the symptoms of Sadhu. Tolerance, merciful, friendly to all living entities, peaceful, abides by the scriptures, and all the characters, has no enemies, and all the characters are sublime. We also discussed that our mentors didn't judge you, but you check before you go to the program. And we also discuss one of the point, like you are going back to God, it does not depend upon your leader, which is stopping us. We are nobody. And we also discuss the same point when we were in Vrindavan, like when you are writing your degree, and in beside this you can write it nobody. And that is what we discussed on that class, that we are nobody. We are self-satisfied and we are nobody. Detached person is always powerful, but the attached person is always a weak person. And we also discussed that other people are always anxious, but Sadhu is always thinking that how to get rid of the like how to save the people from the clutches of Maya. And we discussed about two things, that the two animals are anxious, serpents and uh, two people are dangerous, serpents and anxious. Serpents can be subdued by chanting, but anxious people are more dangerous. And in Kali Yuga, people are always like this, and we need to take care of our own bhakti. And we are all helpless, and nothing will move until it is sanctioned by the Supreme Lord. Yeah, these are the points, Roji, I remember.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for arranging the class. Thank you, Purnapadna Devi Mataji. Thank you, Krishna Savarpal Krishna Prabhuji. In the last Sunday class, we discussed the symptoms of Sadhu, and we discussed the 7 qualities of Sadhu: being tolerant, merciful, friendly to all, living entities, no enemies, peaceful, abides by the scriptures, and sublime in characters. We also discussed that the job of a sadhu or a preacher is a thankless job, and we have discussed two examples of Lord Jesus Christ and Lord Haridas Thakur. And then we have discussed that the sadhu does not only think about the human being or the human species, but also the animal species. And then we discussed the power of a detached person, and if we in and how a person is attached to the 3 modes of material nature, and if one wants to get out of the 3 modes of material nature and the material clutches, which is termed as pashu, the rope, then he has to attach to the consciousness to the sadhu or spiritual master. Then a sadhu is also a suhridha, which means a friend to all living entities, and without thinking, like the sadhu does not think that the person will give us in return something. The sadhu is always unmotivated and unconditionally serves the living entities. And so these are the points, Prabhuji, that I've noted from the previous class. Thank you.
Thank you, Mother. Hare Krishna. Yes, please continue.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for such wonderful classes, and thank you, Purna Pragna Mataji and Krishna Samarpan Prabhu, for their guidance and support. In the last class, I had plenty of points to give realization on, but the important points which I loved the most were in the beginning of class, Prabhuji asked the question, what are the qualities and symptoms of sadhu? And by default, I started comparing and judging people around me who call themselves sadhus. However, during the class, when Prabhuji said that preaching is a sadhu's mercy, that sadhu is not satisfied with their own liberation and shares their realization with others, it's their mercy. which made me realize that even a point was added that if Prabhuji had judged us, I wouldn't have been here. That made me feel so grateful and mercy of them that and bad about myself that I shouldn't judge people around me, even though they are sadhus or not. I should stop doing or criticizing them unintentionally, even. Another point that struck with me for a very long time was Ajat Shatru. Uh, Even after knowing the meaning of it in the class, Prabhuji explained, even when I asked the question in class, in Avinash Prabhu's class, he told me that you cannot control others' mind, you cannot control how others perceive you, but you can control your mind and your senses. Yeah, Yudhishthir Maharaj is not called as Ajat Shatru because he didn't have enemies. He was fighting against the most powerful army in the world at that time, that was Narayani Sena. Yet he was called as Ajat Shatru simply because he didn't consider them as his enemies. He was just performing his duties and responsibilities. Another impactful realization was when Sanjeev Prabhuji mentioned that, said that when we take one step from being serious to being more serious, is that what makes a difference? You can chant anywhere. I mean, you can do bhakti anywhere. It is not restricted. That's that reflected me. I have reflected upon it a lot. That even though I was making excuses that I have this work or that work, I don't have time to chant or I don't have time to read books. I was so busy in traveling. I will forever keep that in mind that I will chant wherever I can. It is not bhakti is not restricted anywhere. Lastly, I want to share something on what truly changed my perspective on this Krishna consciousness movement. Initially, when I knew about this association, I thought that it is about converting people, or but in the last class when Prabhuji said that you can chant even Allah, you can chant Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. So it is not how you chant, or it is not about converting people, it is about connecting to God. It is connection between God and us. You can go anywhere, you can go somewhere, at least to Jesus or to Allah. You should just chant. That's what I realized from the last class and recall. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Vishnu. Can I share? I got one from the last week, which I was discussing with my wife today while thinking about this class. So thank you to devotees for giving all those nice relation and participating and taking advantage. And thank you, Purna Devi Dasi Mataji and Krishna Prabhu. I remember, Prabhu, you were talking, which stuck to my head was that we choose to come to class as and when we like. So whatever freedom you have got, we also have got the same freedom. You should not take it for granted. At that point, when we write in the group that we can come, we write in the group that we cannot come, we are busy, we listen and all those things. But how many people have seen you that Ambarisa Prabhu not coming? And that was a very, very serious realization that, okay, we take liberty to do whatever we like. And yes, we can talk big philosophy, but when the commitment comes, that shows up. So that's only one point I remember. I'm very distracted. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Is it read now? All right, let us now continue with the discussion. Who would like to volunteer to read? Please raise your hands. Okay. Right. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Let's start with this. Yes, Devanshi Mataji, you would like to read? No? Start with you now.
Yes, Prabhuji. नयनन्येन भावेन भक्तिं कुर्वन्ति ये दृढाम् मत्कृते त्यक्तकर्माणः त्यक्तस्वजन बान्धवाः. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Such a sadhu engages in staunch devotional service to the Lord without deviation. For the sake of the Lord, he renounces all other connections, such as family relationships and friendly acquaintances within the world.
Yes, read again. Read again, please.
Such a sadhu engages in staunch devotional service to the Lord without deviation. For the sake of the Lord, he renounces all other connections, such as family relationships and friendly acquaintances within the world.
You see, this one point I remember, no, with Guru Maharaj. One of the disciples, Krishna Maharaj, had remembered this point. So when Maharaj had accepted renounced order of life, sannyas, you know, as you said, Maharaj's plate was full, you know. The whole family was there. Everybody was satisfied. So Maharaj would say this, and Maharaj would then, Maharaj lived in different places. Maharaj lived in Dwarka. So Maharaj said that you'll find many sadhus in Dwarka here. They have left their family, but they still will listen to the world news. You know, so and so what kind of renunciation is that? You should not be attached to it. Understanding is attachment. So listen is fine. Yeah, well, it's fine. So when the devotees were in the Gumti Ganga, you know, so they found one sadhu with a transistor, you know, on and listening very intently to the news and all that. So they asked him, "What are you doing?" So listen to the world news. He said, "Why?" He said, "Why not? You must listen to the world news. Know what's going on." See, so we have left the world, but we're attached to this world. Yeah. Do not get me wrong. There's nothing wrong to have information about what's happening, why it's happening, all those things you should know. A preacher should know this. A preacher has to be very aware about things. Yeah. But at the same time, we should know how much to take in, how much to take out. It's very, very important. Yeah. And it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lot of efforts. but at the same time, we have to understand where we have to go. No? Right. Okay, please read the translation again, Mataji, and the purport. Thank you.
Such a sadhu engages in staunch devotional service to the Lord without deviation. For the sake of the Lord, he renounces all other connections, such as family relationships and friendly acquaintances within the world. A person in the renounced order of life, a sannyasi, is also called a sadhu because he renounces everything: his home, his comfort, his friends, his relatives, and his duties to friends and to family. He renounces everything for the sake of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A sannyasi is generally in the renounced order of life, but his renunciation will be successful only when his energy is employed in the service of the Lord with great austerity. It is said here, therefore, Bhaktim Kurvanti Ye Dridham. A person who seriously engages in the service of the Lord and is in the renounced order of life is a sadhu. A sadhu is one who has given up all responsibility to society, family, and worldly humanitarianism, simply for the service of the Lord. As soon as he takes his birth in the world, a person has many responsibilities and obligations to the public, demigods, great sages, general living beings, parents, forefathers, and many others. When he gives up all these obligations for the service of the Supreme Lord, he is not punished for his renunciation. But if for sense gratification, a person renounces these obligations, he is punished by the law of nature.
See, what does it mean that when he gives up all these obligations for the service of the Supreme Lord, he is not punished for his renunciation. Not the demigods, forefathers, parents, general public, all this. But if for sense gratification a person renounces these obligations, he is punished by the law of nature. What does it mean by this? What do you understand by this point? Anybody, please? Yeah, don't raise your hand, just say, just participate, no problem.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji, for reading. Prabhuji, what I understood is that if one give up his responsibility, like if he thinks it's too much of a stress, and I don't and being a sannyasi is good, we don't need to have any responsibility. If one does this, then he's punished. But if he takes sannyas, if he becomes sadhu, if only if he's attached to Krishna so much that he doesn't think of anyone, then it is not punishable. But if he wants to run away from his responsibility and take a nice break, being sannyasi, these things are punishable or offense.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji, for good attempt.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Divyanshi Mataji, for reading. What I understood is that just like Om Prabhu said, that if we run from our responsibilities and think that I should not do this, and like we have always read that we have to serve someone. It is upon us who to serve, like material energy or Krishna. So instead of serving, like if we are not serving Krishna, we are serving demigods, our ancestors, and other people and material energy. We have to serve someone. It is our nature. So, but if we serve Krishna, we have learned that everyone else is already satisfied. So we don't have to serve everyone else. So we are not punished for that if we serve Krishna. So that's what I understood from this.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for both of you. Now see here, a person can accept sannyas even when he's distressed. It is still glorious. Do not misunderstand this point. But here it is written here by Srila Prabhupada, if for sense gratification a person renounces these obligations. This is important. For sense gratification, if he renounces the obligations, he is punished by the law of nature. So for Krishna consciousness, he is transcendental. He is not punished by the law of nature. But if he does it for sense gratification, that means after becoming a sannyasi, everybody is praising him, everybody becomes his disciples, they give him so much wealth, so much importance, and they enjoy those importance, live in luxury, then they are automatically then punished by the law of nature. This is the point to be understood. They fall down from that level, like ordinary people who are enjoying material sense gratification. You understand this point? So it's not talking about not doing obligations towards family and becoming a sannyasi. That is not the point here. The point here is sense gratification, which in Kali Yuga you'll find many Suro sadhus like this. They wear saffron dress but doing all nonsense. Similarly, priests also in Christianity do the same thing. They've got horrific record over so many hundreds of years of sexually abusing children, women, and men. Christianity is known for it. So is Islam. So also is Hinduism to that extent. See? So for any religious practice, if this is happening, it is wrong. This is the point to be understood. As long as one gives up all this to serve Krishna, God, it is perfect. One is transcendental. But if he does that, he changes the dress or become a priest. So it gets all the money, free money, no job to go for. It's like a job, for so many of them. We have heard it, I've heard it. Being a guru is like a job. You see? Everybody comes and gives dakshina, free money. They go and live in free luxury, first class food. So we have to be very careful. Therefore, sadhu, anybody who comes in touch with us in Hare Krishna, should be able to differentiate a sadhu and a non-sadhu. That much you should know. That's why I'm emphasizing this point a lot. Yeah? So this is the point here. You understood, both of you, Prabhuji? Om Prabhu, Padma Prabhu, you understand this point, and all of you? Yeah. So it is about this. If you're renouncing for sense gratification, then you are coming down to the material platform, an ordinary person. So even a transcendentalist, when they fall down and remain in the level, fall down is fine. They can go back, to the transcendental position. That's fine. But chances are there of fall down. We'll be very careful. That is why too much luxury is not very good. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, they don't eat very palatable food, don't dress very nicely if you're a devotee. That doesn't mean artificially you must do all those things, become proper. That's not what we are. We don't do such things, But this is what we should understand. At least those who are so-called sannyasis and gurus, they should not be doing like this. That much sense we should have. This is what it is. It's a good pointer. You understand now this point? Yeah. And everybody will demand respect. Everybody will demand you to fall down on the floor when you see them. That's all right. This is one way of doing things. But we should have the chakshu of Bhagavatam to understand who is what. Otherwise, you're sure to be misled. We don't judge anybody. But at the same time, we should not be fooled too. Is it not so? It's a thin line. Just like that snake, we discussed about snake, shows his fangs, come to bite, but it doesn't bite, but it gives you a scare of your life. And sometimes bites also sometimes. If it's too much, just bite. Finish. We'll see that later on. But nobody will take you for granted. So that is the reason why a day is going to come where all these big places of worship, the churches, the temples, the mosques, and all these people are going to be fed up by this. They would be giving up everything when they see so much corruption going on everywhere. So that's why we are teaching to. Prabhupada has taught the same thing. Make your home into a temple. Who's stopping you? You will be born in a Kshatriya family, or a Vaishya family, or Shudra family, or whatever family you are. If you go and become a pujari in the temple, they'll say, why is he become pujari or she become pujari? But if you're doing it in the home, who's stopping you? And we teach you everything, same temple standards, you can do it at your home. Performing the arti ceremony, cooking and offering bhoga, cleanliness, simple. Nobody interferes. No sadhu interferes. That's why we say that to join a parampara, you don't require initiation. You require the acceptance of the philosophy. Probably we read Prabhupada saying this. Simple as that. Yeah. And we are with Shiksha. So there are two kinds, by Diksha, Pancharatika Vidhi, and by Bhagavad Vidhi also. Yeah. But if you find that if people are not qualified enough, you better save yourself. Yeah. Simple as that. Jara Dako Tareko Krishna Upadesh. Do not artificially create situation for yourself. You're already safe. You got knowledge. You're not receiving knowledge, you're receiving knowledge. Prabhupada is screaming in the books, you know. So that's fine, we're there. So don't fight about all these things. Main thing is remembrance of Krishna. That is the most important thing. Do I remember Krishna? Yes or no? This should be the only botheration for us. Nothing else should be botheration for us. In Kali Yuga, as things will progress more and more. You understand this point? Yeah. So this is the point here. Running away from the responsibility is a different point altogether. This is about sense gratification. Yeah. Okay. Let's continue.
Krishna and all the Shastras say that our only obligation is to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If we take to His service, we are no longer obliged to anyone. We are free. How is this possible? By Almighty God's power, a man may be condemned to death, but if a president or a king excuses him, he is saved. Krishna's final instruction in Bhagavad Gita is to surrender everything to him. We can sacrifice our life, wealth, and intelligence, and this is called yagna. Everyone has some intelligence, and everyone uses his intelligence in one way or the other.
Read this point again. We can
sacrifice our life, wealth, and intelligence, and this is called yagna.
Okay, yagna doesn't mean that you create a fire sacrifice and om swaha. Well, what do we do in yagna? We put oblations in the yagna, right? So we put ghee, we put rice, we go do a worship, we put all these grains, because yagna purush is Krishna. So we offer this to Krishna in the yagnas, fire sacrifices. Yeah. So yagna doesn't mean only that. If you restrict your speech to talking about Krishna only, you are sacrificing your speech in the yagna to Krishna. Do you understand this point? Similarly, wealth, intelligence, if you do so, if you utilize intelligence for this is yagna. Nobody should fool you. So that is the reason why this is a very high philosophy. How will you teach this to an ordinary person? Or how will you teach this to even ordinary priests who's making money out of doing yagna, fire sacrifice? He's going to chastise you. Say, what is this going on? No, this should be there. Of course, it should be there. Nobody's saying no. But Sankirtan Mahayagna is there, chant Hare Krishna is done. Of course, the marriage and all that, we perform basic yagnas. Yeah, that should be done, no problem. We don't fight with anybody. But To going back to Godhead, there is no restriction. You understand this point? It is very revolutionary. Actually, it will create a lot of complication in the society, in Sanatana Dharma also, in Islam also, in Christianity also. Because you're going against the established norms, where it's a system of making money for everybody. Because it's not needed, you're done. Like when we buy houses, we just chant Hare Krishna. We don't perform any yajna. Of course, marriage and Sādhu and all that, I understand you should do all those things. That's fine, we do it. That's all right. But even then, we chant Hare Krishna. Let them chant any mantra, we chant Hare Krishna. No problem. So this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it overrules everything. It includes everything. So no matter devotees will say, but Rupa Goswami say Diksha is important, and this is absolutely right. But Hare Krishna Maha Mantra chanting oversees everything. For that, you don't require anybody. You don't require anything. Anybody can chant Hare Krishna and go back to Godhead. Is it not so? Yes. Then what are you talking about? You see? This is a revolution. And anybody can do this. Sitting in one place, in your own home, have your own temple, do your own worship with Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, you're done. Become a sadhu. You don't require anybody's stand. I tell you one thing. You wear nice shakran clothes and walk outside, they'll call you sadhu. If you require this. Yeah? You just walk like this, you have a danda there, sit there, and they say sadhu has come. You require that kind of cheap thing, do it. We don't do cheap. Only very, very highly intelligent people can follow us. Srila Prabhupada's books are for very intelligent people. But fortunately now, all isms have come in. Women's right has come in, men's right has come in, gay right has come in. All this come inside. It's because studying is not there by the masses. So this is the point. It's not complicated. And nobody requires to say he's not a sadhu. Okay, I'm not a sadhu. If somebody says, no, you are not a sadhu. Okay. Well, you think I'm not a sadhu? Huh? I'm not a sadhu at all. Who's saying that? I'm nobody. Correct? You don't have, we don't fight with anybody. We don't require certificate from anybody. Is it not so? Is it not so? Tell me, how difficult is this? Is it difficult? Is it difficult? You understand what I'm trying to say? Tell me, is it difficult? So we can sacrifice our life, wealth, intelligence. This is called yajna. Everyone has some intelligence. Everyone has uses his intelligence in one way or another. Generally, people use intelligence in trying to gratify the senses. But even an ant can do this. So we should not try to gratify our senses, but Krishna's senses. Then we become perfect. This is yajna. Do you understand this? Can anybody argue on this point? Krishna's name purifies everything. With the conviction, we must live our life. That's it. If you do not know what's happening in your life, what to do, chant Hare Krishna. If you know what's going on in your life, chant Hare Krishna. That's it. Suddenly you will be with an accident. You don't know what's happening to you. Chant Hare Krishna. Don't have to chant loud, chant in your mind, chant loudly what's happening. No problem. Not difficult at all. I used to tell one office colleague, here in New Zealand, they used to eat fish and all, so they attached to eating fish. I said, if you attach so much to the fish, you'll become fish in your next life. Told her this. I said, in Mumbai, there is a fish called bombil. You'll become that Bombay duck fish. You'll become bombil in your next life. So one weekend was over. Next, I think after a few days, she didn't come to office. After some time, she came And she said, I was in a hospital. Lady, I said, what happened to you in the hospital? He said, I was crossing the road and I bumped into a car crashed me. I had a somersault with the car, and actually the car went through. She jumped on the car like this, and behind the car she fell down. She was unconscious. They took her to the hospital. She opened her eyes in the hospital. She actually thought that, oh my God, I'm dead and I'm now born, and I'm born as a Bombay duck. Fish. She said, actually, I thought this way, that I'm born as a fish now. So now at least you remember I told her, she was okay, she was all right, She's fine. Next time, don't be so lucky. Be very careful about this. Oh God. It's just a bit of a joke in this one. You see, this is how it is. Just breaking this tense situation. Because Sādhu point is very close to me. And all of you are close to me is going to be understanding. We have to be vibrating. Nobody should cheat you. Nobody can cheat you. And nobody can cheat us. Why? Because we study books. So tomorrow somebody says yajna is important. What is yajna? Swaha. You have to pay this person who knows the mantras. Only that person can do this yajna. Which one? Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. It includes all this. It's Yuga Dharma. So chant Hare Krishna is done. Problem solved. Purifies everything. You see? Everything. Okay, you want to do yajna? No problem. Do chant Hare Krishna with it. No problem. You don't want to do best, chant Hare Krishna? No problem. Everything is like this. No problem. Yeah? So remember this. Politics is going to come where they will divide you with your dharma, with your caste. All is going to come one day. They'll fight among castes. They'll fight. They'll make you fight with castes also. We are thinking about that day, and we're saying, make a home into temple and chant Hare Krishna and perform the arati and whatever you want to do. Nobody can stop you. Correct? Nobody can stop you. And teach this to everybody. We don't mind whether you are Shudra, you are untouchable, you are touchable, you are Brahman, you are Kshatriya, whoever you are. Chant Hare Krishna. You are Christian, you are Muslim, no problem. But I don't want to change my religion. Don't change your religion. Just chant Hare Krishna. If you don't chant Hare Krishna, chant your name, Jesus Christ's name. But you don't have faith, so chant Hare Krishna. I used to tell this to my friends. He's a Christian preacher. And I said, I can stand in front of that tree up and I say that Jesus Christ has saved my life. Can you stand here, not tree, can you stand and say that Krishna's teachings, Krishna has saved my life? He says, no. So there is a difference between you and me, I told him. Our understanding. I've got broader understanding. And don't get me wrong, I cannot be fooled. I was having an argument just the other day where somebody was criticizing all these children being abused and all that in Hare Krishna and all these places. And I've given up. I've gone to Christianity. I've become a Christian. Jesus Christ has saved me, and all this blah blah is going on. I said, listen, mate. That's right. All this has happened in Hare Krishna. There's no doubt about it. But at the same time, the Christianity don't promote here because they've got proven legal history, hundreds and hundreds of years old of atrocities against small children, women, men, throughout. All your robes, men wearing your robes with priests and non-priests, and everybody were doing this. So if I were you, I'll stay away from them also. I'll be far away from them and chant Hare Krishna and be happy. I wrote this in front of everybody. Some people like, some people did not like. But then they say, but then I've heard it so many times, chant Hare Krishna and be happy, but nobody's happy, He said. I said, even I've heard you saying that only one way to go to God is by Jesus Christ. This is wrong philosophy. I've heard this all this while. Complete nonsense. Only one way to go is for Jesus Christ. Wrong philosophy. That's not right. I also heard this nonsense. So don't live in echo chamber. You see? So it's not that we are too goodies about everything. We are very, very clear about our concepts. Yeah, and as I said, somebody says, you don't know anything, okay, I don't know anything. You think I don't know anything? Of course I don't know anything. Don't worry about it. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. I don't need to know. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to not Prayag, to Varanasi. At that time, he was a sannyasi, 24-year-old. He chanted and danced. Yeah. So there in Banaras, so there big sannyasi, they called him and said, made him sit down. What are you doing? You're a sannyasi. You're dancing and singing on the streets. So you should be very, very tolerant, What knowledge have you got? So Mahaprabhu folded his hand and said, my Guru Maharaj instructed me. He saw that I don't have any intelligence. So he said, you just sing and dance. That's what you do. And because I don't have any intelligence, I'm singing and dancing. That's what I'm doing. That's it. When Mahaprabhu can say, why can't we say? You tell. That's it. No problem. No work. Which person can come and tell you to stop reading what we're reading right now? Can somebody come and say, stop our reading? This is what we're reading right now. Nobody can say, no. Who will read this kind of high philosophy? Only Sādhu can read, right? That's what we're doing. We may not be Sādhu, but we are following a Sādhu. Listen to a Sādhu. We're very happy in this. So you go to your work, do your job, earn your honest money, and read. Bye-bye. You don't require a certificate from the whole world, do you? But you'll be vibrating. As long as we are honest about things, people who are in our shelter, they feel shelter. They go away, they feel we're not in shelter. So they come back again in shelter. It's like this. Sadhu's shelter is for everybody. If we run away, it's our loss. We come back, it's up to us. But don't be cheated. You should be finding out a good sadhu. That's why we say that even I will cheat you. So don't follow me, but at least you read Prabhupada's books. Don't read Prabhupada's books. Prabhupada will not cheat you. Or how more transparent can we be? You tell me. That's it. The problem is when we qualify ourselves to be sadhu, when we call ourselves, I'm a sadhu, Ambarisa, Dasa, then finished. Then it's gone. You see, then if somebody removes the sadhu, Ambarisa Das, it becomes a very big aparad. This thing will go away, in front of my followers. But if I say I'm Ambarisa Das, there's no question of sadhu, finished. It's just somebody, the rascal Ambarisa Das, very good, best. I'm telling you, right, rascal. It's a double rascal. This is what it is. Full stop. We don't require anything. Yeah. So I think one of the quotes I have written, I put a new poster. Now after reading all this, Avinash Susi Mataji's your post, you're using the poster now. I was very happy because I used to make these posters so many hours. One poster would make time, And I did for so many hours. I made 300, 400. I don't know how many posters I've made. And now when I'm seeing you, if you're using it, I'm rejuvenated. I thought somebody will use it sometime in the future. So I'll put it up somewhere, and leave it there. If you say count the number of hours, I must have done it for one whole month, 8 hours a day, working shift, or at least 1 month, 1 month's job or more. I also find out time for my work and make poster and put it up, like this. So there's one more poster I think I put up. So I'm slowly doing it as I find time. And it says this, that we do not want any respect. Correct? Is it there or I'm missing something? We don't expect any respect from anybody. Yeah. We are simply interested in our sadhana. That's it. That is what we do. This is Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj. We just do not require anything from anybody, Let me just see. We can find that quote, Yeah. No, not this one. Hold on. Somebody sent it? Who sent it?
Prabhuji, I sent it in internet.
Very good, very good. Just say, what is it? Please read.
We do not expect any respect. We should not expect even any praise from others. We completely mind our own sadhana.
This is it.
His
So what
Holiness
I'm saying
Maharaj.
is not me. Is Maharishi Goswami Maharaj saying? What is Maharaj saying? We don't expect any respect. First point. Yeah. We should not expect even any praise from others. We should not expect any praise from others. We completely mind our own sadhana. That's it. You'll always be happy in this. This is sadhu. Okay. This is how it is. Simple. No complication. Okay. All right. Wonderful. I think we discussed quite a bit on this point. This particular, I think, this particular chapter will take time. Will take time. And I want it to be taking time. Okay. Can we start the screen share, Krishna? Thank you. And can we have a different reader now? We can have maybe Deepak Prabhu. Can you read, please? Thank you very much, Dimashi Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji, for reading. Krishna and all the Shastras say that our only obligation is to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If we take to his service, we are no longer obliged to anyone. We are free. How is this possible? By Almighty God's power. A man may be condemned to death, but if a president or a king excuses him, he is saved. Krishna's final instruction in Bhagavad Gita is to surrender everything to him. We can sacrifice our life, wealth, and intelligence. And this is called yajna. Everyone has some intelligence, and everyone uses his intelligence in one way or another. Generally, people use their intelligence in trying to gratify their senses, but even an ant can do this. We should try to gratify not our senses, but Krishna's senses. Then we can become perfect. We have to learn this purificatory process from a sadhu. In as much as we try to gratify our senses, we become attached to the material world. We may render service to the sadhu or to Krishna. The sadhu is the representative of Krishna. He will never say, serve me, but will say, serve Krishna and serve Krishna. Therefore, we have to approach Krishna through the sadhu. This is confirmed by the Vaishnava Acharya, Narottam Das Thakur. Shadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Pache Keba. We cannot directly approach Krishna. We have to go through the transparent via media, Krishna's representative. Those who are after material concessions go to different demigods. They take something from Shiva, Durga, Kali, Ganesha, Surya, and whomever. However, it was the goddess Parvati who asked Lord Shiva, what is the best type of worship? Lord Shiva advised, Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnur Aradhanam Param Padma Puran. My dear
Okay,
Parvati,
read again. Read again. The words. What did Lord Shiva say?
Lord Shiva advised, Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnur Aradhanam Param. Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnur Aradhanam Param. Padma Puran. My dear Parvati, of all kind of worship of Lord Vishnu is the best. Then he added, Tasmat Paratram Devi Tadyanam Samarchanam. And even better than the worship of Lord Vishnu is the worship of a Vaishnava, a devotee.
Just see here this point, understand this. So when Goddess Parvati asked this question to Lord Shiva said, whose worship is the best? So Lord Vishnu's worship is the best of all the worship. But even better than Lord Vishnu's worship is the worship of his devotee, a Vaishnava, a devotee of Lord Vishnu. So here the importance of Krishna's devotee is given. You see, understand this point. This is a very important point. And that also includes Lord Shiva as a devotee of Krishna. That is a reason why before Ramayana is recited, Lord Shiva's past marriage is recited with Mother Parvati. Because she came as Sati before. Goddess Durga came as Sati before. And then after her death, she came as Parvati, the daughter of the Parvat, Himalaya. Their marriage is described first before Ramayana begins. And this is the reason why Lord Ram worships Lord Shiva also before at the Kanyakumari. And Lord Shiva worships Lord Ram. It is Ishtadev. So when it's asked, see, you will always see Lord Shiva is meditating all the time in ecstasy. So that's whom are you worshipping? I'm worshipping Ram. Says. Whom you meditate upon? I would meditate upon Lord Ram. You see? But general public may not understand it. It doesn't matter. Don't fight with them. That's all right. Let it be where they are. We are chanting Hare Krishna. Do you understand this? Yeah, there are many people to be spoken to. Don't disturb yourself with only one person who's not willing to. It doesn't matter. Give him some prasad and move on. You must carry some prasadam when you're preaching, some sweet or something, and give them book and sweet. If they don't want to take book, just give them sweet and go. Prasadam sweet will soften him for next time. Simple. If you don't have anything else, just offer some fruits, some grapes to Krishna, and carry with you. And give one grape to anybody. Grape is also very sweet, one grape. Give one grape. Or one fruit to them. Here, prasad. We'll see you next time. But I'll not chant Hare Krishna. Don't worry. Don't chant Hare Krishna. Have this banana for you. Let's give him banana and go. At least it's banana. Krishna's mercy there. This is Vaishnava. This is Vaishnava. Okay? So there are many kind of sadhus. If you go to Vrindavan, go to dhams, you'll find sadhus who have left everything and residing there. Very nice, good for them. But we are interested, Prabhupada interested in Maharaj, especially are interested in making sadhus living in the cities, doing their jobs, mingling amongst the population. And they sadhu, they become self-effulgent. Like this, they are talking to people, teaching people, converting people to Krishna Bhakti. They were not interested in anything else. All those. See, if you will be more interested if your materially if your restriction comes to. But if you are materially independent, financially independent, you don't bother anything else. People can do whatever they want to do. I'm happy with my life, man. What's stopping you? We have our own association. We meet our own things. We got our own things. Enough. We are enough. What's going on? So we are very happy. So always remember this. Earn honest income. Be financially independent of everybody. And chant Hare Krishna. So you're not under obligation of anybody. Job and work or business, whatever you're doing, should be doing perfectly well. Nobody should be able to point a finger there. If you do it perfectly, then you're free. We are not running away from any responsibility. And if you're preaching, if you start preaching, And if you are pitching very, very sincerely, then the whole parampara will protect you with kid gloves. Don't think that you'll be very safe. No. To come to that stage where parampara protect you, you have to really fry. You'll be fried. You know, fried? Have you seen samosas being fried in hot oil? Yeah. You'll be fried in hot oil in the fire. When you come out of it, still in one intact, in one piece, in a bhakti and in a preaching, then the whole parampara, you can feel the experience. Don't think it is cheap. Preaching is not cheap. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's not complicated at all. It is not complicated at all. We make it complicated. See? As I told you, how difficult is it to start prasad distribution? Tell me. How difficult is it? Is it difficult? Tell me. Can you not make one plate of rice and sabji? One plate. I'm sure in your day, in your home, you'll have one plate which you'll be throwing away. You'll throw it away. Extra. Yesterday's bhaji, throw it away. Yeah. You always have one next. Just take a plastic, put in it, take it out and give it to somebody else. Prasadam distribution. You don't require 1,000 people to do. What's stopping us? You tell me. Giving one banana is not prasad distribution? What's stopping? Tell me. So this is how it is. The yagna we defined, right? It's a very big thing. It's a very small thing. When you cook, you offer to Krishna, as it is you're making for 5 people, something will be put extra little bit, put somewhere else in a dabba. And just take it away while going somewhere, just give it to somebody here, prasad distribution. Done. Will you do it? Simple. When as soon as you go for a job, or you go for a jog, or you go for a bicycle, or tricycle, or playing games, or whatever you do. Just if you have got in your home, if you're cooking for 5 people, but it should be prasadam, not just nice, fresh and all. Offer Krishna. Keep your as it is. You'll have something extra. Put in a small container. Take it with you. You find somebody else, auto, stop 1 second. Go there and say, here, prasad. Say Hare Krishna. Just say Hare Krishna, give to the person and move. You don't have to wait there and all those things, don't you? There's so many people in need. How difficult is it? Tell me. If we have got 50 people amongst us in our program, of which 20 people have got prasadam, they cook prasadam. Every day 20 people will be fed if they make one plate and go. Or not every day, every once a week, 20 people will be fed. Is it not so? Okay, once a month. Okay, once a year at least. 20 of us can make one rice and sabji and give once a year to somebody. 20 prasadam distribution is done. How difficult is it? You tell me. Because we do not have brains. We think that prasad distribution, oh my God, it requires 1,000 people to be cooking and all those things, That's not how it is. Will you do it? Tell me, will you do it? Yeah, give a 1% prasad distribution. You don't require tom. You can give whatever you want to do. No problem. India is best place for doing it. Okay? Just do it. Teach. If you can give philosophy, give philosophy. If you can give a book, give a book. If nothing works, just give prasadam. But never give a book without a prasadam. Okay. But anyway, people should know you. Of course, people not buy from you, take it from you in case if something food is wrong or whatever it is. I understand that. But it's best. We must do it. I don't know why we should not do it. We're not doing it. We should do it. We should do it. You understand what I'm trying to say? Tell me one thing. Tell me one thing, honestly, okay? We see so many other, those people who are converting to poor people. They convert, religious conversion taking place by giving them some food and all those things, right? Right, correct? How difficult or easy is it for you to stop this? I went to India this year and I wanted to say at that time, but timing was not right. After all these months, I'm telling you now today. See, I'll tell you one thing. It's very simple. I went there to buy something, and one small little girl came with some fruits, with some garlands, to buy for me. Now I don't have to buy the garland for her. But I was in cross, child labor. Should I buy? It becomes child labor. Yeah, I'm helping child. Should I not do it or do it? What do I do? Which way do we go? Tell me. So I told her, listen, young daughter, it's okay, all those things, She was so happy. I was just being so. I just spoke to her. I took out my time, sat down. She was standing in the road, busy road. People were neglecting her, neglecting us. I didn't care. I was sitting there. I said, listen, young lady, young girl, thank you very much. All those things. I said, so nice. She nearly melted, I just spoke to her few pleasing words. Don't touch her or anything. I kept my distance, So I was basically all those things. I said, bring me your mother, I'll buy from your mother, all those things, Now you tell me one thing. If you just find out these people, you go to Apna Bazaar or wherever the Kirana shop, find out where they stay, okay, and give them 5 kilos of rice and some dal, 5 kilos dal and some, lentils, How much would it cost you? Tell me. I do not know the cost in India. Tell me. 5 kilos rice, 5 kilos dal, and some other sort of rajma or something for 1 kilo, 2 kilos. How much would it cost you? Anybody knows this? Anybody does shopping?
Prabhuji, it would cost around 1,000 to 1,500 rupees.
Sorry, can you speak loudly, please? I can't see you.
It will cost around 1,000 to 1,500 rupees.
Yes. So tell me one thing. How difficult is it between 1, 2, 3, 4 of you to take 1,000 rupees? It's 250 rupees. If you give them 5 kilo rice, 5 kilo dal, and some rajma, it costs 1,000 rupees. Between 4 of you, it will cost you 250 rupees per month. You should know the location of the place. And nowadays in India, you can buy app, you can say delivery to this place. Even if it goes to Jhupparpatti, why will they not deliver to hutments? Tell me why will they not deliver? You say, I'm paying you, go and deliver there. Man, they'll go and deliver there. In a bike, they'll go and deliver on your behalf. You don't even have to go there. You tell me this. And once in a while, you go there and say, how are you doing? Very good. Chant Hare Krishna. That's what you say. What are you doing? Taking care of a family? Preaching to them? Feeding them? Do you require an organization for doing this? You don't require organization. In fact, this is my whole plan. If somebody gives me 1,000 rupees, say, Ambrish Prabhu, your Hare Krishna WECAN should do this. I said, why are you making me do this donkey work? I'm teaching you that you do it. And like you, there'll be 1,000 people like this giving 1,000 rupees. And you start. Amongst we are 7, 8, 10, 15 right now here. 4 of you come together. You take care of one family. The small girl, I still remember her, man, giving flower garlands, in the road. You find out where they stay. So like you go to this and here, 1,000 rupees kind of 5, this 5 kilo, that 5 kilo, that, and start. Nowadays, in governments give free education to girls. Is it not so? You girls are very privileged, ladies. So tell them, register this free education, give them free food. They'll be nice to them, and tell the mother, make them work. I'll not give you this food. Take it away from you, or father, whoever. And you make sure the food don't give cash. You see. You keep in touch. Ladies cannot go directly like this. So if you have got somebody else, man, just be in touch. For delivery, you can do, no? Now the app and you can deliver there. Amazon is there, and big basket is there, and one basket is there, and small basket is there. 10 minutes delivery is there, 90 seconds delivery is there. Deliver this. What's the big difficulty? Is it difficult? Tell me this. No difficulty. That's it. This is how you will adopt one whole family. Imagine this. And they'll chant Hare Krishna. They'll remember you. Thank you. Don't put in your personal name. Just put in your personal name. Don't put any organization name. And teach this to everybody else. What I'm doing, you can do. Imagine this in India. There's a big middle class of millions of people, right? Imagine this if one of them, each of them, give like this 1,000 rupees a month. There will be no children sleeping hungry in this world in India. Now you may say 5 kilos will finish in 15 days, no problem. Then by 15 days, do add another 5 kilos. What's the big difficulty? Add another more people. Make your friends to say, okay, give me 250 rupees and we'll do it like this. This is how it is. Will you think about this? This is the practical implementation that yagna means we should be. It's using intelligence. Yagna doesn't mean only fast sacrifice. So to do this, you don't require a big kitchen, whole cook of 5,000 people, 5,000 people and distributing it. No, I mean, you can do it that also. Otherwise, stop doing this. But do prasadam. If not, just give this in charity like this. But don't give just like that. Just make sure your connection somewhere is there and chant Hare Krishna. Give some literature also. Give one, once you know the family, give Hare Krishna photograph and say put on Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj photograph, or give that photo which we have given you, Say praise this and worship there every day. Just fold your hands and say like this, thank you very much to these two gurus, because then this is happening. That's it, done. You are sorted. How beautiful it is. Is it not so? It requires this. I think start with that one prasadam container. Start with this small and then do this big thing. Okay? All right, we digress. Let's move on. Thank you very much. Any questions? Anybody has got questions? Please share. Anyone has any questions on this, what we discussed so far? This is how you become sadhu. But remember one thing, we are not interested in philanthropic activities. That's not what we do. We are interested in prasad distribution with knowledge. So when we do prasad distribution, we give them knowledge also. So here, if they're very poor on the streets, how can you give knowledge? Give them prasad for now. Okay? Or give them some the photograph of the Krishna and all that, Make it regular. Keep it running. Teach to others, they'll do it. Yeah. Instead of one peg of daru, they can do one whole family will be satisfied for a month at least, for this. Okay. Yes, Roji, please continue.
Spiritual life begins with the association of a devotee, a sadhu. One cannot progress an inch without the mercy of a sadhu. Prahlad Maharaj has also indicated.
Yeah, this is what we are. So we are telling you to do this. So this is what Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj is teaching you. This is how you change people's lives. This is how we change people's lives. One moment association like this, we become Nimitta Matra. You become just a via medium. So Prabhupada's mercy is going through. Yeah, but not philanthropic activities. We don't do such philanthropic activities. They give knowledge. Yeah, please continue.
Naishamati stvad urukramangrayam sprishyati anartha pagamo yad artha mahiyasam padarajobhishekam nishkinchananam navrinitayavat.
Very good attempt.
Unless they smear upon their bodies the dust of the lotus feet of a Vaishnava, completely freed from material contamination, persons very much inclined toward materialistic life cannot be attached to the lotus feet of the Lord, who is glorified for his uncommon activities. Only by becoming Krishna conscious and taking shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord. In this way, can one be freed from material contamination? Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 5, verse 32.
Yeah, read again the translation, please.
Unless they smear upon their bodies the dust of the lotus feet of a Vaishnava, completely freed from material contamination, persons very much inclined toward materialistic life cannot be attached to the lotus feet of the Lord, who is glorified for his uncommon activities. Only by becoming Krishna conscious and taking shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, in this way can one be freed from material contamination. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 5, verse 32. Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad Maharaj, "My dear son Prahlad, how have you become so advanced in Krishna consciousness?" Although Hiranyakashipu was a demon, he was none less inquisitive. Prahlad Maharaj replied, "My dear father, O best of the Asuras, one can receive Krishna consciousness only from the instructions of a guru. One cannot attain it simply by speculating. Ordinary men do not know that their ultimate destination is to return to Vishnu. In the material world, people are always hoping for something. They hope against hope, yet their hopes will never be fulfilled. People are trying to become happy by adjusting the external energy, but they do not know the happiness cannot be achieved without approaching God. People are thinking, I must first of all see to my own interest. That's all right. But what is that interest? That they do not know. People are thinking that by adjusting the material energy, they will be happy, and everyone is trying to this individually, collectively, or nationally. In any case, it is not possible. People will ultimately be frustrated. Why attempt a process that will ultimately meet with frustration? It is therefore said, Adanta Gobir Vishatam Tamishram Punah Punah Punas Charvita Charvananam. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 5, verse 30. People are being baffled in so many ways because they cannot control their senses. Their only possibility of rescue is Krishna. Therefore, in this verse, it is said, Mai anyena bhavena bhaktim kurvanti ye dridam.
Okay, just hold on. Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much. So, the knowledge which has been given by a guru, okay, a sadhu, a disciple has to follow through very nicely. Yeah. And when the disciple follows through it nicely, others, foolish people, will see this and they say, very good. This is very nice. So if they see you carry some small container from your home, you carry prasadam offered there, and you stop the auto rickshaw and give to somebody and you go away from there. He said, this is very nice, man. Tomorrow I'll also do it. Yeah. So child, it is sure, purify your house first. Let's cook prasadam. And offer. Other food, I offer food is up to you, but prasadam is what is important. Prasad distribution has to happen. You'll be surprised to know, even in Western countries, I'm just want to remember, there are people who would be teaching, people come paid money. They pay the money and listen to the classes on some vastu and other things, and he would sell the books, even astrology. And he would sell the books and tell them that, yeah, you must read the books and you must do every 11 days Ekadashi, 15 days. When you read, then you can study this properly. So they do it. So similarly, if you carry this one prasadam bag container with you every day or every week or whenever it is, and distribute to somebody, others will be very impressed, man. Tell me, is this not if you see somebody doing it, would you not be impressed? Other people are jungles, man. They are animals. So there is somebody saying such nice, beautiful thing they are doing, man. And imagine this: everybody is doing it, and tell them, "Oh, you can also do it. I can do it. Yeah, sure, but provided in your home, don't make non-veg food. If you want to follow me, this is how it is." Or bring them to your programs, your leaders program, whoever teaching the tutor, and they'll teach them nicely over a period of time. We'll train you. So this is how it is. So what do we call this? We call it each one feed one. Whenever we can, yeah, do it. Each one feed one. If you want to do it every day, you want to do it once a week, you want to do it once a month, once a year, once in a lifetime, but do it at least. Something you must do. Yeah. And then boys, we'll start doing this we'll find out about the family, as we discuss about the 1,000 rupees groceries and all that thing. Be involved with them and start doing it. See, check out. Absolutely right. Okay. Thank you. Let's continue. Can we have somebody else, please? There are too many devotees raising their hands. So now, Om Prabhu, can you read, please?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much,
Deepak.
Shiva Prabhu, for your reading. Thank you.
Prahlad Maharaj simply thought of Krishna. Because of this, he had to undergo a great deal of trouble, even by his father. Material nature will not give us freedom very easily. If we become strong enough to try to capture the lotus feet of Krishna, Maya will try to keep us under her clutches. However, if one gives up everything for Krishna's sake, Maya can have no effect. The most excellent example of this is the gopis. They gave up everything, family, prestige, and honor, just to follow Krishna. That is the highest perfection. But that is not possible for ordinary living entities. We should, however, follow the Goswamis in their determination to worship Krishna.
Yes, this is the point. So we cannot follow gopis, but at least we can follow the devotees, our seniors, Goswamis. Prabhupada writes here Goswamis. They are Swamis, they are Sadhus, our seniors. If we can follow them in their determination to worship Krishna, that is our perfection. That's what we are doing. Hare Krishna WECAN is doing exactly the same thing. Srila Gurudev service to Srila Prabhupada. That's it, nothing else. We are a study group. So we are no more than a study group. Yes, please continue.
Sanatan Goswami was an important minister in the government of Hussain Shah, but he gave up everything to follow Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He adopted the life of a mendicant and lived under a different tree every night. One may ask, after giving up material enjoyment, how can one live? The Goswamis lived by dipping into the ocean of transcendental loving affairs between Krishna and the gopis. Since that was their asset, they could live very peacefully. We cannot simply give up everything. We will become mad if we try to give up everything without having staunch faith in Krishna. Yet, if we find Krishna's association, we can easily give up our opulent positions, our family, business, and everything. However, that requires sadhu sangha, association with a sadhu, a devotee. When we associate with a devotee, the day will eventually come when we can give up everything and become liberated persons, fit to return home, back to Godhead.
Yes, so we will not be able to, we cannot give up our everything immediately. But at least we can start doing small services to the society and preaching. But remember, do not become philanthropists. We are not philanthropists. Prabhupada were against it. We are not teaching philanthropic activities. But what we're teaching is serving prasadam according to our capacity. And you will not give money to somebody else. Otherwise, you are very happy to give 100 rupees to some temple who will do it and they don't even know what they're doing. Here you get 100% benefit. Try doing it. You will see a purification in your life. Yeah. So we may not be able to give up our wealth and luxury, but at least give this much. Itna, thoda sa. Start with it. See where it will lead. I'm telling you, world's problem will be solved if you just do this. Sitting at home doing it. You don't even require anything to go anywhere. Yeah, this is how it is. All become sadhu. Everybody should become sadhus. Yes, Prabhuji, please continue.
Presently, we are attached to material enjoyment, and Krishna even gives us chance to gratify our senses. He lets us enjoy ourselves to the fullest extent because we have come to this material world to enjoy sense gratification. However, this is called Maya, illusion. It is not really enjoyment, but simply struggle. When one realizes that he's simply struggling life after life, that there is actually no real enjoyment in the material world, one becomes a devotee of Krishna. That realization requires knowledge, and that knowledge can be acquired by association with a sadhu, a devotee. Freedom from this struggle with material existence is further explained by Lord Kapila in the next verse.
You will just pause here now. Krishna, please stop sharing. Thank you very much. Okay. Hare Krishna. So we have discussed today on this. So it is very important. I want to drive this point. We may sound very simplistic, but what I'm trying to say is this, that to achieve big things, you do not require big infrastructure. What you require is only your willingness to do so. You require nothing actually. Just see, if one of you hearing this starts tomorrow some cooking which are cooked, and one extra is there, you make some rice or sabji there, put in a container and give it for distribution. What did I achieve? How did I achieve this? Did I give you anything? I just gave you knowledge, transfer knowledge, right? So I require nothing for doing it. This is 100% success rate. You understand these things? To achieve anything, you do not require big things. What you require is just the willingness to do so and a practical, implementable idea. That's it. All of you are very young. You've got a whole life in front of you. If this practically implementable idea you can do now, imagine this for so many years, how much you can do and inspire others. We are really looking forward to that you will yourself do and inspire others doing it. Others means even your family members. I'm talking about your own children when you grow up. I'm not saying you will have a big preaching program and you will have thousands of people coming. If you do that, it's very wonderful. I'm saying about just your family. Just 2-3 of you. You see? It's very simple. No complications. And this will be purification of your income. And Krishna is pleased, Guru Maharaj pleased, Prabhupada pleased, everybody is pleased. You are happy. And all your problems will not stop in your material, in your life. I'm telling you this. It will not stop. Don't do this for, oh, I want to stop my material problems. Why will you stop material problems? Why don't you trade yourself with your bhakti? You're trading your bhakti, right? If you say, if I do this, my material problem will stop. Do you want to do this? Really? You really want to trade your bhakti for this stopping of your problems? Tell me. It's easy to say no. Tomorrow when you have difficulty, you will understand it's very difficult. You'll immediately trade it. Why is Krishna doing this to me? Don't trade your bhakti with anything. We don't have anything at all. But even if you have, do not try to trade it. It's very important to understand this point, It is very, very easy to set up a structure, and a structure is very, very dynamic. That today you may do it for one person, tomorrow it may be for 5, 10, 15, 20, 100, 200, who knows? Your relatives may come and say, this is a very good thing you are doing, man. I also like to do it. So yeah, purify your home, do like this, offer to Krishna, I'll tell you the mantra, offer it, and you also do it. Don't become a centralized, situation. If you do centralized, then it becomes a big problem for you. So after centralizing, teach them and decentralize. Centralize, teach them, then make this is how you expand at some point in time. This is how we're going to expand. In Kali Yuga, this is how it is going to be according to people's capacity. If you find they don't have a capacity, then help them. Okay, okay, we'll do it together. But make them do something. Engage them. People don't have intelligence to engage. They will be engaging with their hands, and the legs. That's okay. After Kali Yuga, as it is, it's so difficult. After, COVID, it is so difficult for people. We have seen people's situation has changed totally. So it doesn't matter. Tolerate it and engage them. So they are able to engage, This is how you keep pushing. Yeah. What do you think? Is it a good idea? Yeah. So I want you to think about it. If it's a good idea, if it's an implementable idea, whenever you can, just do it. You don't have to make it known to anybody. If you want to make it known, please make it known. I'm not saying you should not. No, but do it. Just do it. Don't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. We may die tomorrow. We will die tomorrow. So don't worry about it. Maharaj were in London somewhere, and they had a poster for going out in taxi, and this James Bond movie was there, If Tomorrow Comes. So Maharaj said, this James Bond is correct. He's absolutely right, if tomorrow comes. We think tomorrow is going to come, So don't wait for tomorrow. James Bond is very correct. No tomorrow. Just do it today. Okay? All right. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So we're discussing today different other aspects of Sādhu, practical implementation, and we want everybody to be a Sādhu. We don't want a Sādhu to be a monopoly of one or two people only. No, everybody should be a Sādhu. We're also saying that we don't call ourselves Sādhu. So somebody tells us we are not Sādhu, we take away qualification, we are happy with it. Because we were never having the qualification anyways. But we are doing our things. We are saying we can do this if we are financially independent of other people. Materially, we are very independent, so nobody can interfere in our business. And we don't interfere in others' business. Very simple philosophy. People will come to interfere with us. We don't allow that to happen because we don't interfere in others' business. Yeah. So practically implementation is very, very important. So these two are other different concepts that we discussed, about how we can implement on each one, feed one, and each one can take care of a family like this. Thousands of people is hardly anything. India is a great country for doing this, Yeah, you don't even have to go there, actually, those people. Yeah. Okay. Any questions or anyone? Anyone if we have any questions? What we discussed so far?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Very good.
Prabhuji, I have a question. Can I ask?
Please, please.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for letting me ask the question.
No, don't say all these things, Mother. Hare Krishna. Please ask. Please ask.
So Prabhuji, recently, as everybody might be knowing that I have a mridang at home. So what happened is that my sister had one more group of they have a group of people doing kirtan also. So it's a meditation group, but recently they have a program of kirtan and bhajan. So my sister insisted and told me to, because they had a session here, a practice session at my home. So my sister told me to play mridang for their bhajan. So I thought, I first I thought, is it correct or is it not correct? But my sister and my father said that as the as the as it is also kirtan, and they were singing bhajan like Govinda Bolo, Gopala Bolo, and this kind of kirtan and bhajan. So I thought it's okay, because as I am also doing it for Hare Krishna WECAN programs. So I had this confusion, like, should I do it? Why should I not do it? Because, and then this sang Om Namah Shivaya and other kirtan also. So my question is that, is it like my stringent thinking that I should not do it because it's not Hare Krishna WECAN program? And certainly the mridang has always been played in WECAN program and groups singing only Mahamantram. So is it correct or is it incorrect, Prabhu?
So what you're saying is that should you be playing mridanga in some other kirtan where other demigods and other things are worshipped or singing is going on? Is what your question is?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, you will have this difficulty with the family, when they are not following this. So my suggestion first is talk to Avinash Prabhu, he'll be able to guide you better on this. He knows you people very well, on the situation. So I do not know most of the family members, but he knows you all. So guide him. Have you spoken to him on
Yeah.
this?
Yes,
Okay,
Prabhu.
okay. So is he given you the answer for this?
Yes, Prabhu.
So there is no problem. Just follow that. No problem at all. He's a leader there. So please do so. But you'll always face this difficulty, I feel, because they are not following and all these things, and things are there, So it's a delicate balancing act. A balancing act. When we had gone to Radhakund, we had seen this girl walking on the rope. Remember? When he came back, she was still roping on the rope, She was still on the rope there, walking on the rope. Yeah. So we have to walk on the tight rope. Yeah. Krishna consciousness. Yeah. That's a difficult. But he'll right. But if you need my question also to be answered, no problem. If you feel that you should be discussing with me too, I would suggest that talk to him, and we three of us can discuss. No problem. Because I would like to know a bit more. He knows it easy for you, but for me to give any answer, I need to understand a bit more. I'm sure he's going to answer. Okay?
Yeah, he said he told me that it's a family situation and you cannot just cross your parents sometimes. You can do it. And I've also made them chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra at the end of their Kirtan program. And that's what I can do.
Bas, that's it. You achieved your purpose. No problem. Yeah? All the best. Yeah, anybody else? Any questions before we go? Okay, no more questions? Oh, somebody raised a hand. Yes, who's
Prabhuji, one more thing. I just wanted to
Yeah.
clear this. I mean, I've just seen this kind of I don't know what to say with this, but I mean, if somebody's saying Om Namah Shivaya or something like that, is it wrong? I mean,
nothing is wrong. Nothing wrong. What is wrong? When last See, last class you were there, my last class. I think somebody shared that point. I said, we chant, oh, Hail Jesus Christ, what is wrong? Or Hail Muhammad, Allah. So what is wrong with Om Namah Shivaya? No problem. We don't interfere. It's very good. Let him do so. For ourselves, we chant Krishna. For ourselves, why do we force others? They won't do it. We convince them, not them. Is it what you're asking me?
Yeah, just the matter of respect, because when we say that he is also a pure devotee of Krishna, we should have at least respect
Yeah,
him.
yeah, that's fine. No problem. We should not be fighting with anybody. Our job is not to fight with anybody. We encourage others, you know, to be Krishna conscious. That is what our focus is. You know? And somebody will come through Jesus Christ, somebody will come through to Prophet Muhammad, somebody will come through, Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is bringing all those souls whom others are not touching. See, Lord Shiva is such magnanimous personality, great personality. He lives in, where does he stay in? His residence?
Kailash.
Yeah, in the material world, where does he stay?
Shamshan,
Yeah,
cemetery.
Smashan. That's right. What is Smashan in English called? Crematorium place. He lives in crematorium place. Why? He stays in crematorium because that's where all the bhutas and pretas and all of them reside there. And who will take care of them to bring them to Krishna? Am I going to go there? I run away from there first. I don't want to go there. He stays there nicely. Yeah, he is Bhutanath. Yeah. All these Pishachas and all that, they follow him. He takes them to Lord Krishna. You understand these things, then you study Bhagavatam better, So there's no harm. This is the position of Lordship. He goes to preach and take to Krishna where others are not decided. Yeah, it's very simple. Don't complicate things. Yeah, we are very criticized sometimes, you Hare Krishna people, you criticize Shiva is demigod and all that. Yeah, that's right. But at the same time, we are not. If they understand us better, like if I say like this, which Shiva worshipper is not going to accept what I'm trying to say? You tell me. No. Even when Lord Shiva were insulted by his father-in-law, Daksha, ultimately he was killed. Daksha was killed. And his daughter was killed. Sati was killed. It's a that pastime is electrifying pastime. Lord Shiva did not utter a single word. He was very disappointed when his disciples were fighting with Daksha. So we don't problem. We encourage people. See, as Kali Yuga is going to progress, we cannot be fighting with people. Prabhupada were different. So we encourage people. For our sake, we chant Hare Krishna. Yeah, no problem. We don't force anybody to say. We don't discriminate upon those things. So be very careful. Is that okay? Does it answer your question, Mother?
Yes, Krish, thank you.
Yeah, so don't think like this with anybody. We are very magnanimous. We say even Jesus Christ worships was difficult. And Lord Shiva actually in his Sadashiv form is also Vishnu Tattva. It's a different concept. It's a very deep point. But Shiva takes form as Shiva, Shankara, the material world with a purpose. So every dham, you should all know every dham, Krishna dham, you always find Lord Shiva temple there as a protector. Be it Vrindavan dham, be it in Jagannath Puri dham. Yeah, you'll always find Lord Shiva as a presiding deity there. He protects, Lord Shiva protects the dham. But even in Vrindavan, again, he protects one thing, but he could not enter into the pastimes with Radha Krishna, with the gopi. So he had to take a gopi form. That's a different point altogether. I'm just talking about this as an importance. You see? So please do not. We have people with knowledge. We are people with knowledge. Any person with knowledge will not create a fight. They create, don't worry, it's okay. Leave it, leave it. They say leave it, whatever. Mature people, they say leave it, move on. Yeah. Those who don't have knowledge, they'll fight. Why? Okay. So we are not like this. All glory to them. But our own self, we chant Hare Krishna. Lord Shiva's, his Ishtadev is our Ishtadev. And we can go through the Shiva Pushpa. There's so many devotees who become Vaishnava. So Lord Shiva. So I used to worship Lord Shiva before. Now I worship Krishna. Shiva only brought me to Krishna. And that is correct. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else has any questions? Any other question? Okay. All done? Thank you. Okay. Okay. Whose turn is it now to sing?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Subhadra Mataji.
It's
आज
Madhav's
आपका turn.
Prabhuji.
It's Madhav's turn. Oh.
Hare
It's Madhav. अच्छा अच्छा माधव जी, हरे कृष्णा माधव जी, कैसे हैं आप? ठीक है?
ठीक हूँ प्रभु जी.
अच्छा, वेरी नाइस टू सी यू. आप कहाँ गए थे आज? कहीं वापस जा रहे हैं? वापस घर जा रहे हैं आप?
हाँ प्रभु जी.
अच्छा अच्छा, बड़ी मस्ती की आपने कजिन्स के साथ?
Yes प्रभु जी.
Too much Hindi, huh? Too many Hindi. You don't know the answer for this thing, right? Krishna, okay, so now please now, Madhavji, you can sing your kirtan, you can sing with actions. You can do actions now. Okay, car. Okay. Do sing nicely with actions. We'll follow you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, start.
Maharaj, please hear us. Maharaj, please hear us. We have learned some real good stuff. Maharaj, we have learned one thing. Maharaj, we have learned one thing. That today for you we will sing. And today for we will sing. If our room is clean, if our room is clean, then our mind is clean. Then our mind is clean. If our mind is clean, if our mind is clean, we can do anything. We can do anything. If our room is dirty, if our room is dirty, then so what? Then so. And if we are dirty, and if we are dirty, we're not happy. We're not happy. Wasting time. Wasting time is the greatest crime. Is the greatest crime. Because wasted time means a wasted mind. Means a wasted mind. The best is your time.
The best is your time.
When you're in prime. And your will be sublime. Be sublime. If your wealth is gone, this, then there is nothing. But there is nothing. But if your health is gone, but if your health is gone, that's a different song. That's a different song. If your character's right, if your character's right, then the world will cry. Then the world will cry. Saintly behavior, always saintly behavior. That humanity thrives. That humanity thrives. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We must always remember Krishna.
We must always remember Krishna
Forget to
and never forget.
practice. There's so many things to do.
To practice is with so many things to do.
That is the greatest Christian.
That is the greatest Christian.
It's the greatest.
And it is the greatest.
We must that Krishna bless you.
We must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
So listen very closely.
So listen very closely to make your thinking sharp.
Listen how we can live and accept Krishna won't depart.
Listen how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
There's something to do tomorrow.
Something things to tomorrow.
Finish it today.
Finish it today.
Finish it today.
Whatever's due today.
Do it now. Don't delay.
Do it now. Don't delay.
Your friends might be lazy.
Your friends might be lazy.
Or doing bad things.
Or doing bad things.
But you think again.
But you think again.
Don't follow them.
Don't follow them.
And you'll win the end.
And you will win the end.
Whatever work we're given.
Whatever we're given.
We do our very best.
We do our very best.
We only give Krishna the rest.
We only what we need and give Krishna the rest.
So this is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this way, you'll see Krishna every day.
This is how to live.
To work and to play.
You learn to live this way, you'll see Krishna every day.
And when our time is up, you'll take us up above. We'll sing and dance to him with the heart full of love.
When our time is up, we take our step up. We sing and dance with him with a heart full of love.
So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame is the only way this world will ever become sane.
To chant Krishna's name, stories and its fame is the only way this world will ever become sane.
Now he's us greatest Christian.
Now with us, the greatest Christian.
Fox greatest.
And find the greatest love.
You must learn to
You can only You can only remember Krishna.
if Krishna is you.
If Krishna remembers you.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah.
जय झूलेलाल महाविष्णु गोस्वामी महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जय जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय श्री अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्री निताई गौर चंद्र प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories of Lotus feet of Shri Guru and Shri Gaura ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Gurudev ki jai. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasad Bhutale Srimati Mahavishnu Goswamiti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasad Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurani Pujayine. Nirvisheshu Nvari Pujayine Sarine. So Hare Krishna. Very nice, dear devotees. So enjoy your summer and winter holiday, winter days. No, we are in holidays here. Even though the holidays were there, but till the time we meet again, chant Hare Krishna. Be happy. We'll see you next week, same place, same time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.